Hello, everyone. This is Donna from Even the Scales. Thank you for joining me. And I just thought I'd make this quick video just to talk about the abuse that I've been through over the past 24 hours here in Campbelltown, New South Wales, and to appeal for help once more, especially in the way that my privacy is being violated and my human rights are being violated. That is my main priority right now. Because there's been things that have happened over the past 24 hours that show me just how much my privacy is being violated. There are people viewing me in my home right now on an illegal camera, and they are doing this to deliberately gather information about my life and the things that I do in what's supposed to be the privacy of my own home, so that they can turn that into psychological abuse, and use it against me when I leave the house, or sometimes I don't even have to leave the house. Sometimes, there's a lot of neighbours involved in this, and they take any opportunity that they can to put me through abuse. People are going out of their way. They're going to extremes right now to try and make me feel hopeless, left out, alone, like there's no help for me. People are trying to make me give up on my life, which is never going to happen. But that's what's happening. And the imbalance of power that's going on here is absolutely ridiculous. It's like hundreds and hundreds of people against one person. And the craziest thing about it all is that I'm absolutely innocent in the whole situation. I've done absolutely nothing to deserve this. This is happening to me because I am the target of a police cover-up, which my family are involved in. My family have partnered up with the justice system to be a part of this. They have stolen money from me, and they've also accepted money from the justice system to put me through this abuse. I was good to my family. I do not deserve any of this. None of it. And yet I'm being put through this horrific abuse every day, and I really need help right now. I need help and support to create more awareness around the abuse that I'm going through, because I definitely don't deserve it. I don't. And, I'm the type of person that I'll stand up and take accountability for anything that I feel that I have done to harm another person. Definitely. That's just the kind of person I am. I'm a truth speaker, and you know, I must be so different to a lot of these people, because there's no way in the world that I could ever think of harming another person the way these people are bullying me and abusing me right now. So, I'm the victim of a police cover-up, um, and there is an illegal camera in my home, which my landlord, St George Community Housing, has teamed up with the justice system to place in my home, so that random members of the community can view into my home, just so they can abuse me and have control over my life. My car's also tracked everywhere I go. There's also a bug in my car, and all of my devices are seen by other people. And this is the thing that I really want to stop. I mean, there's random members of the community that can view into all my personal information, all of my transactions. People can see my bank transactions. People can see the appointments that I'm going to. All of my personal information is out there, and I'm at high risk right now of being a victim of theft or some kind of cyber scam. So it's an absolute emergency that I get help. Not only that, these people are trying to cause me a health episode. And, even though I might not show it, this has been going on for 18 months now. I might not show it, but that's because when you go through something like this, you can't show weakness. There's no room for weakness at all. There's no room for weakness. You have to stay strong. Otherwise, you wouldn't survive it. So, while people may think that this isn't affecting me, and I'm a cold-hearted person. I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not. I would give anything to be able to break down and cry for hours, but I can't because um, I can't show any weakness, and that's because I'm being abused 24 hours a day by people. And I'll just go over what's happened over the past um, few hours through the night and up until now. So at 1:30 a.m. this morning, I had barely opened my eyes, and there were police set up just around the corner, and there was also Transport New South Wales workers set up, and there was also neighbours ready to carry out abuse. This is what they do. They wait for the second that someone starts abusing, and then they will all start as a group. They will all join in, and they will all abuse me at once, just to try and make me have either a mental breakdown, but they're trying to force me into an anxiety attack, which happens. It happens to me every time. Every time this happens, my body goes into a severe anxiety attack, and it's very hard for me to calm down. It's very hard for me to calm my heart down. And this is happening to me over and over again several times a day. And I fear for my heart right now. I fear for my health because um, I'm constantly being put through these situations where um, they're bringing on these anxiety attacks. And this is what they're trying to do. They're deliberately trying to do this to try and force a heart attack to happen. So the police were involved in that at 1:30 a.m. this morning. I had barely moved. I don't think I'd even moved. I just opened my eyes. And because that monitors in my body, they know when I go from a sleep state to awakened state. They know. And the whole time throughout the day and when I go out, what they're doing, they're trying to create all these distractions. They're trying to just have so much abuse and stalking going on around me that they're trying to force me to make an error. They're trying to force me to make a mistake. They're trying to force me to slip up in some way, to have a car accident, to um, be so worried about protecting myself from the stalking that something else happens. This is what they're trying to make happen. So that happened at 1:30 a.m. this morning. And, they try and disrupt my sleep too, so that my sleep patterns are disrupted so that, the next day, I might not be as, concentrating as well because of the lack of sleep. So they do that through the night. And, yeah, the Campbelltown police were involved in that. Then I went out this morning and I had to go to the shop. And then when I got to the shop, the store I went into was carrying out cruel psychological abuse. They were carrying out abuse based on information that they have seen in my home. And yeah, they have people watching me on this camera in my home. And every time I go into that store, they put me through abuse. So there was that. There's also people stalking me in cars all the way who try and create distractions. They will do little things that will be based on things that I've done in my home as well to psychologically abuse me. Or communication that I've had on my phone. They will do things based on that because they're watching my phone. And then when I was leaving that store, I was going through the checkout, and one of the people that work in that store and another person that was going through the checkout at the same time as me, they had teed it up to carry out this psychological abuse. And the abuse was based on something that they had seen on my phone. So these women have been viewing my personal information on my phone, and then they actually carried out, I mean, what a hide of them, as if it's not enough that they're watching my personal information on my phone about my bank account, and then they're carrying out this psychological abuse on me at the checkout. And I turned around and I knew what this woman was doing, and I said to her, I just said, oh, it's a good thing, isn't it, that there is times and dates printed on the receipts now at the checkout, isn't it? And she goes, oh, yeah, it's good. That was after she'd carried out the psychological abuse. So now that woman's caught, okay, because I kept my receipt. So, I know the date, the exact date today and the time that that's happened. And she was going through the checkout the same time as me. And there was a staff member helping her with that abuse. They carried out a conversation. This is what people try and do when I go out. I'll have people try and get close to me to carry out conversations or to say or do things that are based on carrying out psychological abuse around things that I've done in my home or on my personal devices. So that's what they did. So now that woman, she's got to worry about hearing from the justice system in the future now because, I know that she's viewing my personal information. Not only that, she's deliberately tracked me down, stalked me to deliberately put me through psychological abuse. And I'm sure that, she will connect back to somebody that's involved in this abuse, whether it be a neighbour, a family member, or someone that has done something, has done a lot, who's involved in this abuse. Because there's a lot of people that have just done so much over the past 18 months to put me through so much abuse. Organisations, large organisations, small organisations, groups of people. And because they're panicking, they know that they're about to be caught. They're sending these stalkers towards me when I go out just to try and, trip me up in some way or to cause that health episode. And of course, when I was going through the checkout, and I know this woman that's on the checkout next to me has been viewing my personal devices, my heart starts racing again. She sent me into a anxiety attack straight away because you've just shown me that you're viewing my personal information. So this is what they do. They do that on purpose, deliberately. They show me that they're viewing my personal information. But the good thing is that, you were going through a checkout. So you're caught for what you just did. So there was that. Then, around here, these neighbours have put me through so much abuse, the ones that have been involved. The male that lives diagonally to me, he joined in with the police last night and the Transport New South Wales workers at 1:30 a.m. in the morning to start blowing cigarette smoke through into my home. And he was also doing that last night up until about 9 o'clock or later. He was blowing cigarette smoke through into my house, through his range hood that St George Community Housing has rigged so that my neighbours can contaminate the air in my home. So he was doing that, joining in with the police to carry out abuse. So, I had all these people attacking me at once, energetically. Then when I come home, the neighbours around here, they do anything they can. They're like absolute parasites, the ones that are involved. They're watching me in my home, invading my privacy, and they're just trying to do anything to cause me harm, anxiety. And so they do little things all the time, and the landlord's putting them up to stuff too, St George Community Housing. And then when I just got out of my car out the front, the Campbelltown police were parked in the next street and they stalked me again because they knew that my heart was racing from the abuse that I just went through down Campbelltown from those women who put me through psychological abuse at the checkout. So that's what the police did when I pulled up. They put their siren on, turned it on and off, and they were stalking me. They were waiting for me to get home, and they deliberately did that to try and cause me a heart attack. And, there's no beating around the bush here at all because these people are trying to cause me a heart attack. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to cause me a heart attack. And that is the truth. That is the cold, hard truth of the matter. They are trying to cause me a heart attack. They are trying to take my life and abuse me as a group of people. And I'm probably going to do a video in the near future that just explains a bit more about the lies that have been told about me and what my family have done to be a part of this, because I want people to know. I want people to know the lies that have been told about me. I want people to know that they're lies. Because, see, my family told a lot of lies about me. The police told a lot of lies about me because this is happening because they're trying to cover up stuff. And, even the neighbours, they told a lot of lies on me to their family members and other people. And this was to get people to help them abuse me. And it was also just so that people would stay away from me, so they would think I was just this disgusting, horrible person that, no one wanted to be around, so that I wouldn't get any help or support, because I've been purposely isolated by this community here in Campbelltown. When I say isolated, I've been isolated from everything. I've had all the services, all the general services that a member of a community needs to sustain their life, have been taken away from me. I'm having information about my health being kept from me. I haven't received proper health treatment for quite a few years because of the lies that have been told around my health. And my privacy's also been breached around my health. There's people and organisations that know my personal health information. It's been given to them so that they can carry out abuse. I've even had family members break into my home and steal my diary, my personal journaling, the things that I've wrote about my life. I've had family members break into my house to steal that so that they could hand it over to people that's involved in this abuse to carry out cruel abuse around my personal writing and journaling. And, intimate details about my life have been stolen and used against me, dating right back to my childhood. And my family, they've played a big role in that by providing a lot of that information. And they've also tracked down people from my past that have given information. So, I'm going to do a video that just explains a bit more about the lies that have been told, and just exactly what led up to this happening, as far as the setups that my family were creating to try and make me look crazy in the community, and to try and they basically tried to steal my life from me because they've stolen an inheritance, and they just tried to take my life. They tried to get rid of me so that they could keep that inheritance, and they basically carried out abuse and setups, and then they just pretended that I didn't exist anymore. And that's exactly what they've done. Even while all this has gone on over the past 18 months, they have sat back and they have watched me suffer through abuse. And I don't deserve any of this, what I'm going through. I was a good mother and I was a good family member. I was good to all of them. I was helpful to all of them, and they've done this just for money. That's why they've done this. And there's a lot of other things like jealousy and just personal things that people have taken, where they've taken out their personal insecurities, jealousy, hate, and things like that, and greed on me. So and there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that with the people involved in this. They've done it out of their personal reasons and their own insecurities. So, thank you for listening. I really need help right now. I really need help and support to create more awareness around this, so that I can have my devices secured again, so I can have privacy returned to my home. People can see in my bedroom. People can watch me sleep. Not only that, the neighbours can abuse the air in my home, which is an absolute, I'm at a lot of risk because of that, because these people are absolutely desperate. And there's two neighbours here that can control the air in my home. And, I want my life back. I want my human rights back. I deserve them. I don't deserve any of this. And that's the worst thing about it. I mean, I'm being abused by police and by the community, and yeah, the imbalance of power is so big. It's so imbalanced and so unfair, and I haven't done anything to deserve this kind of treatment. So please, if you can help me create awareness by sharing one of these videos, please do so. You'd be helping me a lot. Because, yeah, these people need to be named and shamed for what they have done. That's the only way they're going to stop carrying out this abuse, because it's very cruel. And, yeah, it does take its toll on me. It does, even though I don't show it. It does. But it's not a situation where I can show weakness. Not until this is over. Then I might be able to, let my emotions out the way I want to. But, like, I haven't even got privacy in my home. If I wanted to go and have a cry in my room, I can't do that, because I'm not going to give people the satisfaction of watching me cry, not when they've put me through abuse to get me that way. So, yeah, I want privacy. That is my number one priority right now. These people are preying on my life. They're viewing into my home. They're viewing my devices, my personal information, and they're putting me through cruel abuse based on that information. So, yeah, no one deserves to go through something like this. If you could help me get justice in any way, legally, please reach out to me on the email that will be in the description box of this video. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Enjoy your day.